Hello everyone, welcome back to the Queen of TV channel. Now some quick things first before we get into our intro. Please watch the video to the very end. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There will be cursing and profane. If that's not your cup of tea, the channel's not for you. Lastly, I will be giving my honest opinion about the episode and the show as a whole. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Hello everyone, I'm your host, the Queen herself, and you are the Prince and Princesses. You're either a subscriber or you are a viewer. Either way, welcome. Today we'll be talking about Season 3 of H2O, Episode 19, Breakaway. We start off this episode with Will as he's waking up. His sister tells him that today's a big day for his competition and he needs to prepare and start working for it. We cut to the cafe where Rikki and Zane are getting ready for the sponsorship, but they're still at odds from the previous episode. And Rikki doesn't know if she can handle being near Zane and Sophie, but she's willing to do it for Will. But Cleo and Bella tells her that Will will understand and that she needs to take a break from everything. Cleo actually tells her that she can go with her to Marine Park and they can do something fun. This is when Sophie walks in, but Cleo tells Rikki just to walk away. She's not worth it. And Sophie puts a smirk on her face, happy that she's causing this discontent between Rikki and Zane. Now, they go to the Marine Park where Cleo wants Rikki to help her with Ronnie. She leaves Rikki with Ronnie so she can handle some other business. Rikki and Ronnie are not getting that much along as this is their first time meeting. Back at the cafe, Zane asks Bella where Rikki is, and she says that she left because of him. Obviously, he doesn't like hearing that, so he goes to his office. This is where Sophie meets him at, and they talk, and she's trying to butter him up and like being affectionate towards him and everything, like making moves on him, forgetting the fact that he has a whole fucking girlfriend. But I guess she's a shameless individual. So Will and Bella have a conversation, and Bella tells Will that this whole thing with the competing and winning thing, that's is not what this is about. This is not even about Zane and Sophie. This is about him and his love for diving, and that's what he needs to focus on. So back at the Marine Park, Rikki's still getting nowhere with Ronnie, so she decides to meet Ronnie on his home turf. She ends up jumping into the water inside the tank with Ronnie to build a connection with him there. And she ends up having a good time. So, at the pier where they're getting planned for the competition, Sophie and Zane meet with Will. Will, who is not in no mood to deal with the two of them, leads him into reminding Zane when Zane tells him that he needs to see a champion winner. He needs to see him fired up. Will tells Zane that last time you got me fired up, I almost fucking died. So, Zane is told by Sophie to, let her talk to Will that they'll be ready. She reminds Will that he needs to focus on winning. Will said he did not ask for Zane's help. He didn't even ask for Zane's money, and Zane's only doing this for the publicity. She reminds him that, Zane is here and she's here, but his other friends are not, talking about Rikki, and Bella. Obviously, she thinks she's doing something with that. So, Will is obviously not confident and he's down in the dust. While they're waiting for the new competition to actually show up, Zane and Sophie are talking, and Sophie says, Will's got this. That's until they meet the competition, and Zane is worried because these dudes are ripped. They look like they've been doing this shit since diapers. So he's kind of wondering if Will really got what it takes. Bella talks to Will where they have another heart to heart where she's able to boost his confidence and reminds him that he has what it takes, that he can do this, and she believes in him 100%. Sophie sees him talking and wondering what's going on. Will says he's ready to compete, and Sophie says, of course he is. So they leave to start the competition. Leo ends up catching Rikki inside of Ronnie's tank, and she's upset at her because somebody could have clearly seen her, and her and Rikki talk about it, and though she is a bit annoyed that Rikki even did this, she is glad that Rikki had a good time. Bella meets up with them and they talk about Will and how he's feeling. And Rikki thinks it's very weird that the only two people that are supporting Will is Zane and Sophie. So the three of them collectively agreed to go support him, mermaid style, by meeting him right underwater. The competition is underway. Will has to beat the, I think the meteor was a 40 or 50 meteor mark, so he has to beat that number. Sophie gives him a pep talk in her own way, and he prepares by slowing down his heart rate, and he jumps in. He's at first about to pull the 60 meter mark, but decides not to. Zane and Sophie are obviously worried because of the whole competition and because of what happened the last time it took him too long to come back up. But Sophie says that he's going to be okay. He's going to make it. They have nothing to worry about. So he continues on, and we see him pass the 70 meter mark, and he ends up getting to the 80 meter mark. This is when he sees Cleo, Rikki, and Bella there to support him, and it boosts his confidence even more, and he pulls the 80 meter mark. Proud of himself, and him and Bella give each other a look only they both understand. They are able to swim back up to the surface where she ends up, she being Rikki, the unthinkable. During the incitement of him getting the 80 meteor mark, Sophie and Zay end up kissing, which breaks Ricky's heart, and she ends up leaving. Um, the celebrations continue at the cafe where the sponsors want to talk to Will because, he's the champ and everything, but he's not there. Sophie goes to the shack where she finds him, where she tries to convince him to come back to the cafe, but he's not hearing it. He obviously tells Sophie he's not that interested in Zane the way she is. She tries to use her abuse tactic leverage over him by saying that he owes her for like everything she's done for him, but he said that's the reason why he competed today. But he's not doing it anymore. He's not competing anymore. And she reminds him, if how is he going to be world champion? But he tells her that he never wanted that. She did. But she's talking about she wanted it for him. He says, well, does the money and the publicity ain't got nothing to do with it? He reminds her that he dies because he loves it. Nothing more. And he ends up quit competing diving and tells Sophie that Bella reminded him of that today. And she says that he's willing to throw away a career because of something that she said. He tells her that she gets him. How many friends do you have that's like that? She has no words for that. Zane is still celebrating when he goes to the office where he finds Rikki. He tells Rikki that she should have been there and that it was amazing. She tells him that he was there and that she saw everything. He tries to say that it's not that big of a deal, it's not nothing to be upset about, but Ricky's had enough. She says that she knew for a while that they were over. Zane tries to gaslight her and turn around on her saying that she's changed and that's the reason why that happened, but she says she hasn't changed. She's been the same person she's always been, and she ends their relationship, even though he's calling out her name, and the episode ends. So let's talk about it. That breakup was a long time coming. The fact that he tried to turn around and blame her, like I know that I said in the 17th episode that Rikki like being distant is probably why Zane got so close to Sophie. I'm not saying that it's Ricky's fault that he cheated. I'm saying that Ricky's behavior is obviously is what's pushing people away, and it pushed Zane away, and that's why he probably decided to like continue this sponsorship with Sophie to like have a break from the problems in their relationship. It does not make it okay, and I've said that before. He still cheated, and they probably should have broke up sooner. But in this, I don't feel like he should blame Rikki for why he kissed someone else when he had no reason to kiss someone else. This is the second time he cheated on her, but he's disappointed her for a while now. So it's obvious that their relationship got to a point of toxicity that is just unforgivable for that matter. I know for this episode, a lot of people hate this episode because of the breakup. But me, per se, I love this episode because I've never really been a Zikki shipper. I was on the fence with them since like the beginning. So for me, it's not that big of a deal. Like I wasn't even that truly and honestly that upset. That I try to make myself out to be, which I was being very dis very dishonest. Trying to use another word, but I can't say it right now. So um Sophie obviously planned this from the beginning. She tried to basically separate Zane and Rikki so she could make moves on him and try to start a relationship with him. Which is really fucked up. But you know what? That just tells you about her character. Now, in all honesty, in all truthfulness, like I said, it was bound to happen. There's nothing really we can even say or do about it. So, in the sense of like this whole thing with Will, what I liked about this episode is that I liked that. Hold on, that Will was able to like stick up for himself. That he told Sophie off. I love the fact that him and Bella's like moments together and everything, and how close they've gotten and how connected they've become in this whole debacle and everything that's been going on in their relationship. And on top of that, like we'll just literally stand up to Sophie. Period. I enjoy seeing Rikki and Ronnie like spending time together and like literally seeing her have fun for once. You know, it's been a while since we've had Rikki actually have like a good time since the season started. So like seeing her just be within her element and be her happy self that she was from the beginning of the series, it's a good thing to watch. Now, like I've said before, these episodes are like very straightforward. There's not really a whole lot I can actually talk about because it's very simple. I will say this, however, obviously these episodes are like these videos are gonna get like shorter and shorter, like they're like shorter than 20 minutes. But in all honesty and truth, I feel like that's a good thing because like most of the story itself is them like wrapping up a lot of things. Like we've got to wrap out this whole relationship between Rikki and Zane because it's been toxic for a while. So it's time to end that. There's nothing they can really do with Cleo because Lewis is gone, so they can't do that many moments. So they're kind of just like moving her in within the story. Will and Bella, they're trying to focus on like their relationship and like building that up to make that real, to make that realistic. They're utilizing rhyme when they actually need to, and they're trying to clear up this whole thing with Sophie and Will. Will and Sophie's whole dynamic and the toxicity in that has been brewing for a while now. So they wanted to wrap that up in this episode. So obviously, Breakaway is about Rikki breaking away from her toxicity with Zane and just being her own mermaid, and Will finally breaking away from his sister's control and her abuse and her narcissistic entitlement and behavior, and starting to think for himself and like stand up for himself and like fully stand up for Bella as well. So like it's a good thing. So as much as people hate the breakup and what led to it, there are some good things about this episode. So all we can do as fans of this show is like sit back and like join the ride and just hope for the best for everybody. But that's really all that I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a blessed day. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if no one's doing this day, I'm telling you, I love you guys. I really hope I can get all these videos out by the 30th. The timeline has gotten too confusing for me, so I'm not going to be able to do a video on that. We do have like a character video that we have to do on Cleo, Rikki, Bella, Will, Sophie, Ryan, and Zane. I think with Sophie and Ryan, Nate, and Kim, I can put in like one episode, and then I can like put one video, and I can put Zane his own video, give Will his own video, and well, I can give Bella and Will a video together, and give Cleo and Rikki their video together, because it's like back and forth, neck and neck with them for like the reasons why I love the both of them. Also, Zane couldn't have his own video because he's not really a villain. I kind of understand what's going on with him. But other than that, I really don't have no more than just one, two, three, four. It's like four character videos. So hopefully we can get through everything in time when I finish the episodes. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.